Hey, so we all know that sky is blue in the morning and dark when it's nighttime. But have you ever seen a sky with green, purple, or even pink color at night? It's called the aurora phenomenon. So, aurora is rare and beautiful phenomenon that does not happen oftenly, but once the phenomenon occurred, you will be amazed at how beautiful the sky can be. So basically, aurora is a phenomenon happen due to some natural event caused by the magnetosphere and polar wind, resulting in a beautiful sky display. This is perfect for someone like me who loves staring at the sky a lot. I love stargazing, some sunset hunting, you name it. But the aurora is the only one phenomenon I'm dreaming to look at. Unfortunately, this phenomenon only happen in lower polar regions. Those cold places like Antarctica, Iceland, and Canada. Until now, all aurora I've seen is from movies and video games and YouTube videos. But it did not fail to amaze me one bit. Yep, that's right. I never seen aurora in person. But I'm truly in love with it to the point that I research every single detail about it, starting from where you can see it, when is the best time to see it, even the scientific process of how it happened. So, one thing that I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I am not good at explaining because I'm not really good at explaining this phenomenon as the expert. People who learn astronomy can explain this better than I do, but I will try my best to explain it and make you fall in love with it as well. So please join me today in exploring the magnificent event that is the aura phenomenon. Okay, so before we dive deeper, let's all understand the basic concept of what an aurora phenomenon is. Based on Wikipedia, an aurora borealis, also known as the polar lights, is a natural light display in Earth's sky, predominantly seen in high latitude regions, like as I said before, Antarctica, um, Iceland, basically cold places with a lot of mountain. But yeah, those are the best places where you can see aurora. But it also happened in other places such as Finland, Norway, and even Canada. Now that we know what an aurora is, but we still don't know how it happened. Now, let me explain it. So, based on Wikipedia, again, aurora happen when there is disturbance in the magnetosphere caused by the solar wind. Now, this disturbance alters the trajectories of charged particles in the magnetospheric plasma. The resulting ionization of atmospheric constituent emit leaks of varying color and complexity. Again, I just read this from Wikipedia. Believe me or not, there's a screen behind this. But don't worry, in case you're confused, I'm going to explain it in a more simple form, from my understanding at least. So basically, aurora happened due to the interaction of magnetosphere, atmosphere where particles are charged, and the solar wind, cold wind that only happen in cold place, again like Antarctica, Finland, Iceland, Switzerland, Canada, again cold places. This only happened in cold places. That's why it didn't happen in Indonesia, Japan, and any other places. Now, when these two interact, the magnetosphere and the polar wind, it causes the particles charge in an abnormal way, resulting in a rare but beautiful looking aurora. Basically, for aurora to happen, again, the most simplest form to understand for an aurora to happen, there need to be a interaction between the magnetosphere with a really cold wind or a solar wind. So next is the form of aurora. It comes in different forms and color, believe it or not. It can be in a form of mild glow, like sunset, sunset glow. It's not really that exciting to see. Patches, it looks like a cloud, but with aurora color like green and purple. But this is the one that I love the most, the curved one. So It basically like a bunch of curve on the sky with a really really bright colors, and that's the one that I love the most. And the final form is the light forming stripe, or we call it rays. Basically, it's like um, the same form as curve, but it's stripe form. Stripe form just like reach up to the sky, but basically similar to curve. It has different color also. It has green color, the color that show up most oftenly. It also have ultraviolet, it have blue color, but the one that show less often is yellow and pink. It did not show as often as the other colors. So now that we know about how amazing aurora is for the past 5 minutes, now it's time to talk about the negative side of the aurora, or at least what people believe is the negative side of it. First, people believe that aurora phenomenon are dangerous to the spectators. Like, the phenomenon have this abnormally charged particles in it. Are you sure you're not going to get zapped, for being right under the aurora sky, or maybe get radiation while watching the phenomenon? Well, no, no. Aurora is completely safe to be observed. This is because first, all of the disturbance between magnetosphere and polar winds, it happened way above. It's way above, and we're way down here, so we're not going to get affected. Two, there is a story of a pilot going through the aurora sky. All that happened is a bunch of radar error, but it's not really that bad to the point that the plane actually come crashing down. It did not happen. Like small malfunction, but that's it. That is it. And he ended up fine. So yeah. The third reason is the greatest impact that have happened is toward electricity. So basically, if you're playing with your phone or radio under the aurora sky, it might glitch or make static sound, but that is the most action you could get. So don't worry, it's safe. Okay, final thing, let's talk about where and when to see the aurora sky. I recommend to go places with the coldest temperature, like Antarctica, Finland, Iceland, maybe Canada, those cold places, and try to go at time where there is the coldest weather, like winter season, or maybe around Christmas. Put it simply, the coldest the time and place, the bigger the chance for you to see the beautiful aurora sky. But yeah, so that's about everything you should know about aurora sky. Basically, it's a beautiful event that happens rarely in the coldest places and time. It's not dangerous, and it is a sight to see. For those who wants to appreciate the sky a lot like I do, if you're like me, of course, dreaming to see the colorful sky of fantasy, good luck and happy hunting. Sorry if I explain too fast, but that's basically everything you should know. Again, good luck and happy hunting.